and welcome to my YouTube. My God has blessed me, and I hope that I can make you guys happy, and these images that are coming out that I have had my heart beating for a couple days, that I want this world to see this magnificent find in which I have found in the Mona Lisa. Don't forget, 20 days ago I even found the images of the Mona on the back of the Mona, and with my images on the back of the Mona as well as on the front. Over 1,100 YouTubes. Wow! I am having a magnificent time. I'm overwhelmed of all the evidence, and this is what we're going to have. I'm telling you, I really, whew, it's like I had a lot of coffee. But let's get into a little bit of religion real quick. We're going to get right into it. It's going to be a long YouTube. If you need to, put it off to the side. But this so happens to be the image, this angel that is microscopic. This is not part of what, but I want to let you know my love of my religion. This angel is actually found in my Midion, and that is so happens to be, I'm going to show you, in my woman's hand here. We're talking unable to be seen by the human eye. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This image right here in that hand, right there, right particular here, okay, is the angel that we're talking about. Only a magnificent artist can do what we're talking about. No other. It has to be by the greatest artist on the planet to do something that is so micro that a $15,000 surgical microscope and a high-end camera had very difficult time. But the microscope did not have any chance. Took me a year to get that. Now, don't forget, this is a lost Leonardo Da Vinci painting. This one here. Excuse me. This painting is so happens to be a diary, a registry, a will, all kinds of things are in this painting. Well, out of that particular deal, I want to tell you that is the older Mona Lisa. Now, this is the younger Mona Lisa. And we're going to get into how this image right here, when we take it and we turn it, this image here, you're going to find that there is my signature that floats in here. I'm going to flip it and show it to you in another way. But let's get this out of the way for right now, and I'm going to show you that some of the images in which I have already. I'm starting to stutter. Okay, this image here is the image of the X-ray turned in a different way. That's this image. This image is this image, but this image is from here that's turned 90 degrees in many different layers. And out of that layers that we have done, that is another one here. Here's one here too. As you can see, it's turned, but it has different poles. This has different poles. This, again, has different poles. This also has different poles. You see the face? This face is the image that so happens to be out of the buffalo guy. The buffalo guy in which I done, which is called proof number 25. And if you watch the first, or don't watch the first 5 minutes and the rest of the 8 minutes of it, you're going to see that I'm not an actor. That how Da Vinci's works turn into mine, along with this YouTube. So let me show you, when you take this image here and you turn it back, it is the same image that is on the left. You see that? It's the same as this under a different transfer. It's also the same as this under a different transfer, but this is turned sideways. So we're going to get right to this for you to see what I'm talking about, so you understand when I turn it that what image it is that is, well, the image I want to show you. So these are set up images of all the same in different layers, and there's a lot more, okay? But when you turn this image, as you can see here, and you turn this image, as you can see here, and you turn this image here, each one gives you a different look. Totally gives you a different look. Okay, big difference between here and here. Okay, but this image here also comes out to look in resemblance of here. Now, what I'm going to tell you, this is the signature of Da Vinci. This is the signature of Da Vinci, and this is the signature of Da Vinci, but hard to see. Well, let me show you what I'm trying to show you. This is a turned signature of mine. When you turn it, here it is. That is the signature that is by my man's foot, unable to be seen by the human eye also, like the angel that is located by his foot down below right here. And I've done YouTubes on it. What's so special about this one? Well, watch. Okay, just please don't give up on me. Don't forget about that subscribe button. Don't forget about notifying your friends. So when you take this image, and remember it's different layers and whatnot, look at it. It's a face. It's a face. Here's the top of the head with the side face with the nose, and it comes on down. Here's the same image right next to it. Right there. They're twins. They are twins. Okay? There's no doubt that those are twins. Here it is. Boom. Boom. He's got his eye, his nose. This is the way he does this. He is a code man. He's a secret agent of an artist. He's many things beyond that. But he's not only that. Watch. When you take this image and you line it up side by side with mine, even though it is smaller, it wouldn't matter. You blow it up, you get the same. The same. It's just that you have to hit the right transfers, because that transfer right in front of you on the right is the same as this on different pulls. It's the same image, but you have to pull thousands of pulls to hit the right pull. Well, so we got this particular, okay, it gets better, it gets a lot better, but so just hang in. So we already know that this is the image of the X-ray. This is the X-ray that came out of the Mona, okay? Understand that. Please understand. This image here that I am wiggling in front of you is out of the Mona Lisa, hidden in the well, in the painting. It's you can Google it. You'll find out that I didn't fabricate that, okay? And you'll find out 1,100 YouTubes I didn't fabricate. But this actually ends up being like this when it's done. It's hidden in there like that. Okay, but here gets something better. Okay, well they're all better. So when you end up, whoops, I'm not ready to give you that. Now we know that these two match. That's here. This one matches there. So we got 3. 1, 2, 3 right there. Here's a smaller version of what we're saying, which is 4. Okay, now here's a different transfer, again, out of the Soli, which is Da Vinci's lover, which lived with him till 1518. Okay, and, well, he loved them. And he also loved Melzi. I have their signatures. You see how that changes? It doesn't match because it's under a different way of pull. So we're going to just let you know what is working and what isn't. So we get this two again, and we turn it, and you can see how it's very difficult, again, for it to be what we're talking about, because it doesn't give you the pull. It's not into that fashion. This is the same, under a different, smaller one. But we're not worried about that either. Now I want to show you one of his tricks. Before his tricks, this so happens to be the skull that is in the Mona that I told you about. That's in the Mona that I showed you earlier, which is this image right here. Okay, this image, but it's turned. Okay, and when you turn it, so this image right here is this image that we're looking at right now. And when you look at that image, you'll find that it has my signature. When you turn it this way, this is my signature right here that we're talking about that turns into the head. Now this is in the Mona. This is the Mona. So this signature right here, which is in the skull, flipped upside down off to the left, is my signature right here, which is side by side. Now I have other images I can put, which is the same. These two are the same, here and here. I've done this on a YouTube before. So now we're talking, not only is the face that matches the signature, which is also that image that matches the X-ray that they pulled out of the Mona, and the image that's in the Mona that is the skull that matches my signature that I just showed you. Here is the true blue, okay, Mona Lisa with the signature. And to prove that, again, I can do this particular deal right here to prove it, which is upside down when we do, and then I just blow it up so you know it's there, that I didn't alter it. There's the signature. Okay, there is the little signature. Now you have to do different pulls and different layers to see. That's why I set some of these pictures up for you so they wouldn't get blurry. Okay, let me just get this over the way. Okay, now there's more. There's more for you to understand. Okay, Da Vinci's works gets real tricky, and so he loved dogs. So this so happens to be, this image here so happens to be the Mona, right? Okay, well, I'm going to show you something right here real quick so you understand that the Mona Lisa's hands is right here, and I'm going to show you what's on the Mona Lisa's hands. One of the things in which is on the Mona Lisa's hands right here. You screen shoot anything, play this over. Right here, hidden under different layers that I've been telling you, different layers. Okay, these are all different layers and transfers. So he's got thousands. So there's thousands of paintings in his painting. That's what I'm trying to say. Excuse me, I'm a little slow on some stuff. But the hands right here, this so happens to be the doggy. See the doggy in the hand? That is the Mona Lisa's hand. Okay, that is the Mona Lisa's hand, and she's turned sideways, as you can see. So when you lay this like this, that's the Mona Lisa's hands. And when you flip it that way, you can see the doggy more right. Okay, so that's why I did that way. Okay, so it was supposed to be easier and quicker. Okay, so we got the Mona Lisa having a doggy. Where am I going with this? Watch. This so happens to be a doggy sketching of Da Vinci. It is before it's transferred. Now we're talking about transfers again. Okay, before it's transferred, gets transferred, you get different layers again. Now we have my painting again. We got my painting. We got the doggy and the doggy in the hand. Why? Because he loved dogs. I love dogs. Okay, they're 4 legs with a big heart, and they're kids with a bunch of hair. That's my opinion. Hey, and don't forget YouTube Kids. So here is an old YouTube, and if you take a look at the YouTube, you'll see that my man is exactly the same right here, and this image is the image which was transferred from the doggy. So, and you can see that, so because here's the dog and here's the dog, I just blew it up bigger and such for you. Now it gets good, and it gets a little wild. I don't know if I should go on because it's down, because actually when you get into the angel, okay, that I showed you about, that inspired me, you'll actually find other images. Now this image here is pulled out of mine, okay, which is the same as this image, because When you transfer it again, he has other hidden. He has this PF in here. Well, he has a lot of PF and also F4. And the F, I do believe, is the beginning design of making a male, and 4 is the design of making a woman for his markings like tic-tac-toe. It's very, very interesting on his metaphor way of hidden works. Oh, and this is a bigger image of my of mine on the transfer, but there's another particular image. I don't know if it's here right off. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, it's right. Nope, that's the same image of mine. And let's see if it's this one. And if not, then I'm going to have to say, because, whoops. Okay. Well, I did show it to you anyway earlier. It's easy to get this stuff lost in here because there's just so many units. It's taking me all day to do it. But as you can see, this image, when it's turned, okay, when it's turned, it is actually the signature, believe it or not, of Da Vinci. And it is absolutely magnificent how he hides his works under layers. Under layers. Da Vinci, well, he's the greatest code and hidden works because it's taken that many years to turn around and come up with this type of work. So these two are identical in different forms of layers. And don't forget, listen, Da Vinci, to be the best, to really honestly be the best in life, you have to love what you're doing. You could be the smartest, you could be the greatest, you have all this other stuff. But if you didn't really like your job or you didn't love your work, you cannot really be the number one to still be talked about today for about 600 years. You can't. You'll probably say, oh, he was very smart, blah, 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 la, 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 who you compare him to, all that stuff. But what they talk about Da Vinci today, what they talk about him, is nothing compared to what he really is on the study I've done for 7 years. He goes well over hundreds of times over what the world really knows what this man's done. Okay, this, again, is the angel that so happens to be what has inspired me. Now, I did a YouTube, and I got a big one coming, but that particular one that I want to tell you about so happens to be what, well, I'm going to give you the little secret here if I can pull this out real quick. Nope, I guess not. So I'm going to have to use this particular one real quick here to give you a little idea. Okay, you see the Mona and you see this angel. Whoops. See the Mona and you see this angel. This angel is actually, I'm having a fun time, is actually the Mona Lisa. It is, when you get into that work, I'm going to show you how that becomes 3 faces. And I've discussed it before. There's a face here, there's a face in the middle, and there's a face. And that's where she comes about. Because he overlays and overlays and overlays. And don't forget, why she move across the room? Because she does. Because he microscopics and makes her move. I know I've gone over my excelled on it because I'm over excelled on overexcitement. But don't forget, there's a YouTube Kids, which I'm very excited about too, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, I am very, very excited about the owner, in which has given me a chance to express my love to you guys and the proof of my heart and my whole life income I've put into this. I really need this to go viral, but if it don't, well, you know what? I got the point across, because I'm going to tell you what, I've broken a lot of his codes, a lot. And even I would have a hard time watching all my YouTubes. I really do. I really, you know, obviously everybody needs to have help. But let me tell you, I need you guys to watch YouTube Kids, not affiliated. I need you to wash your hands, social distance, wear a mask, and I also need you guys to say your prayers. And with that, I like to say, hey, may God bless the whole world, the whole universe, and the whole heavens. I hope you see my next YouTube when it does come. This hit me today. I have hundreds of more like this coming out. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen.